Hi everyone, my name's Carl Wockner and I'm a live looping artist. I've got a camera on my board right now. I actually haven't gone through this with anybody in quite a while, and I've never done a video like this before, so thanks for watching, by the way. So there's plenty of videos out there on YouTube explaining what live looping is and how to get started. That's all fine. What I'm actually going to do is give you my tips and tricks and recommendations when you're live looping. So this is all to do with tone, and this is how to get the most out of your looper. You know, I like to keep things simple. I like to keep one guitar and one microphone and try and make the most noise out of those two things. So, alright, let's get straight into this. So tip one would have to be the volume of the levels that you record. Okay, so if you think about a whole band, okay, you've got you've got drums, you've got bass, you've got guitar, keys, vocals, harmonica, whatever, you got everything, and all of those things go to a mixer and you can adjust the volumes of everything while they're playing. So the thing you can't do is exactly that when you're live looping. Hypothetically, you might have 20, 30, 40, I know some tracks that I do live have got 40 tracks or 40 overdubs that I do in the looper. So there might be 10 different guitar parts, including beats and all that sort of stuff. There might be, another 10 or 15 different vocal parts, including all the harmonies twice or three times over. So, it becomes quite a big wall of sound, and that's exactly what it'll be if you're not conscious of it when it's going into your looper. You just get hit with a big wall of random noises. Visualize the fact that you've got, say, 30 things going in. Everything that I'm doing has to come out 2 channels. The amazing thing about that is that you can do that. It just takes a little bit of setup, that's all. My advice would be to work backwards. So layer it up, get a bunch of stuff going on in your song, get drums, get whatever you generally do in your song, and then listen to it for things that are standing out too much. And if you think about, you're mixing it like a band, so if you play drums, if you play bass, if you play guitar parts, if one of those is standing out too much, or if one of those can't be heard enough, then when you record that, it needs to be a higher volume or a lower volume when you record it, because you can't adjust it once it's down. So tip number 2 is setting up your tracks consistently. In this particular pedal board, I've got 3 options to break my song up into 3 parts, so track 1, 2, and 3. That's the cool thing about the RC300 is you can really experiment with dynamics within the song. So personally, I have my rhythm guitar and beatbox in track 1. I have my claps and sort of harmonies and backing vocals in track 2, and in track 3 I keep my bass and drums sort of stuff. So I'll give you a super quick example of exactly what I do. Alright, so I've got all the tracks there. I'm sorry, I was just messing around in the last part. So I'll show you exactly what's on each track. So this is the whole lot. Right, it's got everything. It's got probably 11 tracks, give or take, at a super quick guess, running on here, all coming out one stereo channel. Okay, so I needed to mix everything on the way in, and if you listen, nothing's standing out too much, nothing's sort of underdone. Remembering also that I need to have my main vocal be able to stand out over the top of that, and I need to still be able to hear my strummed guitar if I'm playing along to my overdub stuff. Tip number 3 is find out what all of the things do on your pedal. I've got a loop effects here. That's basically the effects that you can apply to anything on this pedal. So you can apply, I've got this set up. as a chorus effect. So I think there's delay, there's reverb, there's certain vocal effects, wah, that sort of stuff. That's a handy pedal, not necessarily for your tone or anything like that, but it's just, you may as well find a reason to use it at some stage in your gig. The cool thing about this specific pedal is you can assign switches, so you can assign any one of these pedals to do most other tasks. So assign it to do something that you want to do if you don't actually want to use that pedal for its intended purpose. So what I've done is, this is an expression pedal. Originally, this pedal was supposed to, when you turn your effect on, it was supposed to reduce the level of the effect or boost the level of the effect. Okay, so it'd boost more chorus, less chorus kind of thing. I don't use that component of it, so I actually set this expression pedal up to be the overall volume of my loop. So if I've got something, right, I can fade it out with this pedal, which I don't use super often, but you know what? It's more useful than never using it. The next thing is, over here, I've got the FS5U foot switch. So instead of clearing all of these things, like if I have stuff going on all three channels, you'll see stuff going on all of them. I need to hold this to clear the first one. There it goes, clears. Hold that to clear the second one, so on. I've set this up so this pedal automatically flicks to the next memory location, C7, 8, 9. So all I've done is gone through, and I'm twisting it with my foot right now, but all I've done is go through and set up memory location 1 through to 10 with all the same effects parameters that I've got. So every single channel 1 through to 10, this goes up to 99 by the way, but 1 through to 10 is all set up the same. So so I can play 10 songs without needing to clear anything or without needing to roll this back. I finish a song, and let's say there's stuff going on all of these channels, and I need to clear it. Okay, you can hear it. I can just clear it all with one pedal. That's pretty handy. Tip number 4 is get a good pedal case. Something that frustrates me is when I see people arriving to their gigs and they've got, let's say, all of these pedals bunched into a suitcase or a shopping bag or something with all the patch cables, and then they pull it out and have to put it all together. And usually in the process of doing that, you know, you wear and tear your pedals. You know, you wear them out. You wear out all the little joints in here. You know, your connections and that sort of stuff, and you end up having to replace it, or you get to a gig and you know, one of your patch cables or one of your power sources is out, and you actually can't use that pedal, or you've got to, you know, find a way around it, or it's crackly or whatever. It's unprofessional. And you know what? For the sake of $100 or something to get yourself a good pedal case, 200-300, if you fly, you know, it's worth its weight in gold if you think about how many hundreds or thousands of dollars you've got in your pedal case. Even if they're cheap pedals, you know, you owe it to yourself to get a good pedal case. If you can see this, well, I've actually lifted all these 5 pedals up on a little shelf. I've made a little shelf for myself. So I've made a little shelf for myself out of just some plywood, and I've raised these pedals up so I don't actually hit any of the other dials when I go to stomp on any of these. You know, that's a really handy little thing. It costs like probably $10 to make. It keeps everything together and out of the way. Tip number 5 would be get your sound flat. So you owe it to yourself to get the full potential of your tone across to the audience and your fans. If you've got a bad guitar, or if you've got a bad pedal board, or some bad cables or something, they don't know that they're bad cables or it's just a bad guitar. They just hear something bad's going on and they associate it with your performance. Okay, so what I mean by that is go and find a friend who's a sound engineer, or find a big PA and a space to set it up and crank it loud. Make sure it's a good quality sounding PA. The idea is then spend as much time as you can on your guitar and on your pedal board and whatever you've got here before it even reaches the mixer, before it even reaches the PA, and try and set the level on the PA flat. totally flat. And by that I mean don't boost the bass or boost the treble or reduce it or anything. Try and keep all the dials at 12 o'clock nice and flat. And so if you spend the time and adjust the settings on your guitar and adjust the settings on your pedal board, if you've got any equalizer settings or whatever, if you get that sounding as true and clean as you possibly can, no matter where you go, even if it's a bad quality PA or if you've got a bad sound engineer or whatever, a bad room, it doesn't matter. Either way, you're doing the best possible thing you can to get your sound sounding true and full, you know, and then it should just be an easy little tweak for whoever's involved in refining your sound on the night. Thank you so much for listening. That concludes the video. I hope you got some cool ideas and I hope you get to try some new tricks and stuff. Please hit me up if you got any questions or concerns or worries or comments or anything, like write down below or jump on my Facebook page or website, and I'd like to see you at a show sometime. Thank you so much.